So, in this video right here, man, we continue to dive deep and see what's up underneath Alaska. Listen, man, we've been talking for a while. When that ice starts to melt, or if we can get up under there and see what's going on, bro, we're going to find some extraordinary discoveries, all right? And when it melts, we may find some discoveries, and we may have some bad things that are released into the atmosphere as well. So you got to take kind of the good with the bad. But anyway, in this video here, man, Tom DeLonge, is it DeLonge or DeLonge, I think? Hopefully they say his name right in the video. Just made a big announcement and said that there's a huge underground pyramid beneath Alaska. All right, so we're gonna check this video out, man. If you're new, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, join the fam, and let's learn something.
For the past few years, Tom DeLonge has been researching the topic of strange aircrafts, something that's fascinated many of us, and in many of his interviews he's come forward and made some interesting announcements, with one of the most recent ones being that there's a large pyramid in Alaska. It was during an interview when he detailed some of the things that he knows about the mysterious Black Alaskan Pyramid. For those that aren't aware, allegedly, scientists, geologists and army officials have discovered what appears to be a huge pyramid underneath Alaska, which is said to be around twice the size of the pyramid found at Giza.
Really?
Around 1992, scientists working in the area said they detected a mysterious anomaly buried underground, which in turn led them to use seismic recording equipment in order to get a better understanding of what they were dealing with. It turns out that the equipment confirmed a large structure in the shape of a pyramid was directly below them. Tom said the following during an interview. "Did you know there's a pyramid in Alaska? I can tell you some crazy stuff."
Now, that brings a question to mind for me. It's like, okay, if we figured that out, we found out that there may be a ton of history, pyramids. If you got pyramids, probably tombs, maybe all different type of things up underneath Alaska. Why haven't we had more research teams there to kind of dive deep and see what we have? Is it due to funding? Because if it's due to funding, I understand that. You know what I mean? Or is it not wanting to disrupt things? Because that's always something you got to factor in, all right? If we do drill or we do start digging and we do start, again, going back to the pros and the cons, and does the good outweigh the bad? Does the good outweigh the bad? Because like I said earlier, and we've talked about it in several other videos, when that ice start melting and stuff like that, you got to think about different type of viruses and things like that could be under that ice and being kept at bay. So because I know if you hear pyramid, they coming. No doubt they coming to research.
Tom said the following during an interview. "Did you know there's a pyramid in Alaska? I can tell you some crazy stuff. There's a pyramid and it's underground and they've been studying it for decades. It's bigger than Giza. It's not that far from Valdez, I believe. I would have to check on where it is, but I know a very important person who met with one of the lead defense contractors that was studying it, and they told him that they finally know what it's doing, and that it's not turned on. They think it's suppressing consciousness. This is wild. There was an earthquake of sorts, and all of the seismographs picked up on the waves all through everything, and they saw this whole anomaly as the shockwaves went through the land there, and there was some kind of structure or something that disturbed the waves. So they dug some tunnels and elevator shafts, and they've been underground studying it ever since. The news did a little piece on it, and then all of a sudden all of the information vanished, and they were told to never air this again. The only thing I want to say is that there's a pyramid and we've been studying it." End quote. Things got interesting when one of the geologists who was involved in the recordings came forward with some further details, and this was a gentleman by the name of Douglas A. Muchler, and he said that a detonation was set off in the area, and at the time this was initially done in order to map the Earth's crust. However, the recording he got back confirmed that a huge pyramid was sitting firm inside the earth. Tom then goes on to detail that after this happened, a news crew came in and decided to run a story. But when Douglas tried to get into contact with the news team to see how the story was going, he was told that the story had never run, saying that
now that had to come from high up. Who, you know what I mean? And sometimes that had to come from really high up. And somebody really must have had some dirt on somebody in that news station. Because normally news stations, I would like to think that they'd be like, I don't care, we running this story. They always trying to go for that Pulitzer. How you say, Pulitzer Prize? However you say it, I always mess it up. But you know they gonna run a story. So either they had some dirt on somebody in there or somebody from super high up stopped that from running. Isn't that crazy though? Why? Why not let us know? Why keep that information from us?
The story was going. He was told that the story had never run, saying that they didn't have a copy of the broadcast and was told not to ask any more questions and that nothing else would be reported on. After searching around and asking family and friends whether they had recorded the story, he quickly discovered that the story had seemingly vanished, although he notes that people did report seeing it, and confirmed that they had seen it by reciting some of the details of the findings. It turns out that the mysterious discovery was only covered by Anchorage's Channel 13. Douglas then emailed Linda Howe, an American investigative journalist. The email reads as follows: My name is Douglas A. Muchler CW2, USA retired, and during my service tour in Alaska I was informed of a pyramid underneath the land in Alaska. There is other information concerning this that came to my attention after it was reported to us in 1992. I've tried to pass this information to others, but have not heard any response to my info. I assure you that I'm telling the truth about this, and I think this is being kept quiet by our government,
Why?
as the news was buried the very next day after it was brought to my attention. If you can help me get this information out, please call me so I can talk to you about this.
See, this is why I have trust issues, fam. And it's almost like you don't even want to stumble upon something because then you got to look over your shoulder for the rest of your life. People trying to make sure you don't leak information. Now you paranoid. That type of situation right there is those situations that make you paranoid. Where you putting up newspaper on your windows, making sure the phone lines and everything ain't tapped, doing different things. Yeah. See? That's why people don't never want to discover nothing, man. People always stepping in to ruin it.
If you can help me get this information out, please call me so I can talk to you about this.
It's crazy.
My phone number is redacted.
It's
The
crazy.
whole story is pretty interesting and this can be verified with your contacts. I'm assured of that, as I do not have them and came up with zero from the news people there. I'll tell you the whole story if you're interested. I've only contacted a couple of people, but have not heard back from any of them. I'm wondering if my emails are getting through to them, or is this an old story that has no interest to news reporters? End quote. Due to the strange nature of the discovery, some have questioned whether the story was removed, something that online researchers have said sometimes happens when high-up officials don't want a story getting out.
So then I beg the question, is it a pyramid? Is it a pyramid or a spacecraft? What do we have? Something has their attention to where they don't want it getting out. Why is it so top secret? Any other pyramid site, you see tons of people there researching, analyzing, discovering, trying to dig, get information. They bring in the best of the best. For some reason here, I don't want us in that. I ain't gonna do nothing but spark my curiosity even more.
Said sometimes happens when high-up officials don't want a story getting out.
Yeah, whatever.
As of right now, those who live close to the area assure that they watched the recordings, and have even gone on to say that the surrounding area is home to some unsolved mysteries, many of which involve disappearances and strange human and animal behaviour. As mentioned around 1992, scientists working in the area said they detected a mysterious anomaly underneath the ground, which in turn led them to use seismic recording equipment in order to get a better understanding of what they were dealing with. Although many in the area suspect that something big was found, no more information has come out in recent years to help us understand what was discovered. So what do you make of this interesting discovery? And do you think that a giant pyramid was discovered back in 1992? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.
Oh, it's more video. Oh, okay. No, it's not. I don't like it. And you know the site is probably a black site right now. You know what I mean? I got that from Blacklist. You watching Blacklist, so they always talking about this is a black site. You know what I mean? Don't nobody know we exist. Listen, that they probably blacklisted that site. Seriously. You probably try to travel there now after watching this video or another video, and you have the means to get there and the funding, and you want to take a team out there, you'll probably be met with a lot of pushback. Probably, if I had to bet or guess. And that's crazy. Why? What's down there? What is it? What did you discover? What do you see? What do you know? What should we know? And why do you have the right to keep it from us? That's my problem. But these are just my conspiracy theories. So y'all get at me in the comment section, man, and let me know what you think. How do you feel about it? You want to know too, right? Something could be affecting you, right? Exactly. It's your boy L. Till next one, I'm gone, man. Peace.